to Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast.
Welcome in to Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Hayes, with Matt Baker.
That's me.
And Larry, the bus driver, Cowan.
I'm here. Just got here on the bus.
Yeah. You can find us at avgffpod.com. You can go there, click the buttons, pick us up on Apple, Spotify. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook. Go find us, go subscribe to us, go listen to us. Well, just a few days away, fellas. Just a few days away. We kick off. We got a Friday game too, don't we? We got a Thursday and a Friday, I feel like.
Yeah, that's the Brazil game, right?
Yeah. So it's going to be, and we'll break down the games more on Thursday. But yeah, so, yep, we got a Thursday. We got the Cowboys and Eagles are on Thursday and Friday. No, we don't have Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do. I'm sorry. There it is. For some reason, it's got baseball on my list. I got to figure that out. Chiefs and Chargers are on Friday. So,
yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a kickoff for the season. And then, of course, about Sunday games and Monday Night Football. So we're ready to finally see if all the things we believe in our hearts are they're going to come true, or we're all going to get our hearts broke. I know all mine's going to be 100% accurate.
Mine, I'm having lots of broken hearts. I can tell you. It's just I'm a glutton for punishment. It has to happen.
On average, I'm about 102% accurate. So,
oh man.
So yeah.
So we all even out. We all even out.
The average. Yeah.
I'm about 12% accurate. So we added up and divided by 3. Then,
yeah, and I'm only 101%.
yeah. So I bring us back to average. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to bring us down to average.
Summertime or wintertime average?
It's always summertime average.
Hell
here.
yeah.
Always summertime average.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and kick it off with the first real news segment because we're getting into the season. Man, that's some intense music. I love it though.
At first, I always think that Mortal Kombat's about to happen.
Mortal Kombat. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Nope. Oh, there was. So we're going to run through some people who are practicing. Looks like they're ready to go. Quentin Johnson's practicing. Najee Johnson or not.
Harris.
Najee Harris.
I'm gonna let you work that one out on your own.
Najee Johnson.
That
It's
person
Quentin
doesn't
Johnson
exist.
right above it. That's what I was looking
I went to school with Najee Johnson.
So Quentin Johnson, Najee Harris, Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown's looking good for week 1. The first 2 are practicing. Jadon Blue off their injury report. Diggs looking good for week 1. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown both off of the injury report. Mims with Denver also back at practice. Isaiah likely not practicing, which I don't think anybody's too surprised about that. But
I figured he's probably going to miss a few weeks anyways.
Yeah, at least I would say at least 2. Juwan Jennings back at practice. There's a little speculation that he was injured because he wanted money, but then they brought in Kendrick Bourne, and it's like Kendrick Bourne came in, and then all of a sudden he's like, you know what? I think I can practice, guys.
I mean, Kendrick Bourne, Juwan Jennings, same.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, he knows that anybody can succeed in that system.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
You
Yes.
throw him on the field,
Yep.
he's taking your job.
he's going to be the new Juwan Jennings.
Yes.
yes, absolutely. So Quinshon Judkins is hoping to sign soon, and then we'll have to see what the NFL is going to do. Speculation is anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks. He's going to be suspended, even though the charges have dropped. The NFL has done or is doing their own investigation. So let's see. Devon Achane back at practice, and Jalen Coker. This one kind of hurt. Is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Kind of came out of nowhere. Severe quad strain, I guess. After they got rid of they traded Thielen, you were thinking, all right, Coker, because he showed out a little bit. He was going to get that slot work, and you can maybe see him get out there and because some people speculate that he's better than Leggett, as a talent, even though he was a later round draft pick. But now we'll have to wait a little while, and then they re-signed Renfro to come back in, which that's kind of funny. I don't know if you saw there was an interview. So his daughter, I think, or his child, I don't know if it's a son or daughter, had his phone, was watching Bluey. So there was 10 phone calls from his agent and the team to let him know they want to re-sign him. That the child kept hanging up on him because it was interrupting their Bluey episode.
Yeah, that's gold. That is absolute gold.
It's funny because it didn't lose him the job.
Yeah.
It's funny. They were like, you know what? We can't get over this guy. He don't want to play in this. And they go out and sign Kendrick Bourne. So, and then let's see, somebody got paid. Jalen Warren got a 2-year extension. I believe like 11 of it was guaranteed. It wasn't a huge deal, but it's a bit of a financial investment in him. To that he's going to be part of his offense at least for this season, pretty solid, and maybe next season too. I still think that Caleb Johnson is a better back and is talented enough to be the main guy there, but. I think that Warren's also a pretty talented dude, so he's going to get his touches. Hey, Gabe Davis back in Buffalo.
Yeah,
I'm whatever.
We need we got to come up with a trash panda signing.
It definitely needs. I don't know. I'm not a big Gabe Davis house here. I don't really care for him.
Gabe dead to you.
Yeah, he's not much of anything to me. And, I mean, it's another threat out there for Josh Allen to make look good, I guess. So
he had that game one time.
He did have that one game that one time with 4 touchdowns. Yeah.
So
also just partial big news. I mean, probably the biggest news. It's not offensive wise, but Micah Parsons.
Micah
to the
Parsons
Packers,
to the Packers. It is fantasy news because I think it makes the Cowboys defense way worse.
It makes the Packers defense way better too.
And I think it affects the passing games for both teams.
It does.
I think the Cowboys passing, because they have no run game. Now their defense is going to be dirty ass. And so,
which is going to increase them being on the field more offensively.
They're going to give up more, so they're going
more
to
passing.
Yes. And then I think that the Packers defense on the flip side now doesn't have to pass as much, so
exactly
it could affect the Jacobs touches and that backfield's touches.
It slows that offense down some where they don't have to perform as much. Yeah,
load up the Eagles on Thursday night.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
especially the run game.
Yeah. I think
this could be a game where Barkley sits after the third quarter.
Yeah, it could
be. You might want to get his backup out there too.
That's why everybody's been picking up Will Shipley. Man.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This could be a game where Barkley's at 250 yards and 3 touchdowns by the third quarter.
He's like, let the young guys in.
That's
he's already done 6 reverse hurdles, 4 of them into the end zone. So
exactly.
There has been a lot of popularity this offseason for Will Shipley.
There has. I don't know where. I think it comes from 2 things. One, that offense is prolific, and 2, everybody's worried about Barkley and all the touches he got last season. Mm-hmm. And Shipley looks to be, despite the fact that they got AJ Dillon and Gainwell. No, Gainwell went to the Steelers. Never mind. But they do have AJ Dillon there. I think that Shipley is the backup, and if he's the backup, and even though his college wasn't as what everybody hoped it would be, dude was a talented, recruit out of high school. He was like the top 5 player in his class out of high school. So, I think that there's a lot of that. I still consider him more of a cuff because I don't think Barkley. I mean, if Barkley's healthy, he's going to get the lion's share.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
But if he goes down, Shipley's going to become mighty attractive.
Yeah.
With that heavy workload, I guess people are afraid that at some point Will Shipley's going to be on the field for entire games.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And that would be the only thing. I mean, he's going to see time at the end of some of these games because we saw last year Barkley played 70% of the game because he's already got 200-something yards and 3 touchdowns. Like, what do you do?
I mean, like you said, if they go out here on Thursday night and they drop 40 by the end of the third on Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
And Dallas has got like 17. Yeah, the Barkley's going to sit down.
Yeah, you can see Barkley. You see a bunch of them sit back and take a break.
Yeah. Or if Barkley's got 120 yards and 2 touchdowns at halftime, even he may still play in the third, but it could be more of a 50-50 split with Shipley, and then Shipley might get all the fourth.
Yeah.
Type stuff. So it's going to be crazy. I wish the Cowboys and the Eagles could both lose that game, but if one of them has to win, then I'll let the Eagles do it. And if one of them has to get blown out, I hope it's the Cowboys.
That would.
You know what's crazy is I've been seeing the fans online, and the Cowboys fans there is no swaying them.
No.
They think they are going to win the Super Bowl every single year.
All the time, dude.
And looking at this game, every normal fan out there would say, oh, the Eagles are going to run right over them, right?
Yes.
Yep.
The Cowboys fans don't see that.
No.
They're like, no, we're going to win by 40.
Look, Cowboys fans, just understand this. Taylor got a ring before y'all did.
Look, I am in no way of any kind of health professional, but I feel that there should be medication for Dallas Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're already treating ADD and they're treating all this other stuff that's, kind of, whatever, then being a Dallas fan, there's got to be something chemically wrong up there to be that diehard that you can.
Delusional.
Delusional is the word,
bro.
It is
Delusional
absolutely
is the word.
delusional.
Yeah, to be able to think that,
like Browns fans, they torture themselves by being Browns fans, right? Or Jets fans. The Cowboys fans are delusional on top of it because they think every single season they're winning the Super Bowl.
And then by week 6, they all cry because they finally, the reality, like between week 6 and 8, reality sets in that your team's not going to make it. And then, or even worse, if they make the playoffs and they get smashed in the first round, which I think is going. I think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I do feel like it changed a little bit, obviously, with that.
Losing Parsons and all.
Losing Parsons, because I went back, but I just don't know. The Commanders are really the only ones in that division that I think can challenge them for that, wild card.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Falcons could be a dark horse team. I'll give you that, AT. You could be a dark horse team that could come up and snatch that wild card from a team like the Cowboys. But like I look in the NFC West, maybe the Rams could get there. I don't know. I guess the Vikings too could be a dark horse. I just worry about what's his lips at quarterback. So
McCarthy.
There he is. I was thinking of McMurdy for some weird thing, and that's not even a real name.
McMurdy. I know a McMurdy.
Larry McMurdy is a writer. He wrote Lonesome Dove.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to challenge that because me, I don't know authors or books. So
you know the show, Arthur.
Kinda.
Anyway, so that's the news. Yeah, I think that's all the news. So we'll go through and we're going to kind of talk about what our playoff and Super Bowl predictions for this season. Sorry, I was getting in that bass groove.
I love it.
Every time. All right. So I don't know how we're going to do it. We can just kind of throw it all in a pile. I'll give my here's my playoff teams out of the AFC. You can tell me if I'm dumb or if I'm smart. I've got the Bills and the Browns getting the Bills and the Ravens, not the Browns. Good Lord. It's already started out terribly. The Bills and the Ravens, I have them getting the first round bye, being the top 2 records. I have, and then I have the Texans and Chiefs also winning their divisions. And then I have here's where it gets a little dicey for me. Well, not with the Broncos. I have the Broncos being a wild card, and I have the Jets being a wild card. I will say that I have backed off a little bit of my Jets love, but I'm still going, because I said it earlier, I'm going to ride it. I'm going to ride it out, and I'm going to stick with it. But I do have them getting clapped in the first round of the playoffs. And then I have the basically I have the Bills and the Ravens making it to the AFC Championship. And I got the Ravens coming out of the AFC for the Super Bowl. That's I think this is the second year that that Todd Monken offense. Last year, we were waiting for it to click, and once it clicked, that offense became virtually unstoppable for a better part of the season. You saw what Lamar did. He should have been the MVP. I don't give a shit what anybody says. His numbers were far superior to what Josh Allen put up. I do understand that Josh Allen did it with less talent, but it's
in less games.
But Lamar put up historical type numbers overall, and he deserved to get that MVP. And I think he's going to get it this year. I think that team's is destined to finally get into a Super Bowl, and show what they can do. So that's my breakdown of the AFC.
I guess mine's pretty similar. Mine ends up being Kansas City and Bills in the championship, and the Bills actually winning this year.
Okay,
and the Bills going to the Super Bowl.
So you're riding, yeah.
This like last year was similar to like ride, but the Chiefs seem to always have the Bills number, and I just think that this year it's going to be a different animal.
They have to do it at some point.
And two, I was listening to a podcast earlier, so this will be the last season that the Bills will play in their stadium they have now. So they start next season in their new stadium.
Is it a dome?
I don't think so, but. I haven't done that much research into it yet, but they did say that this is this will be the last season, and hopefully they can get, if all works out, they could play the AFC Championship in their stadium this year for the last game. Which the people talking about said it was going to be the Packers and the Bills, and the Bills were going to beat the Packers and go to Super Bowl, but.
Well, it can't be that because the Packers are NFC.
Or maybe one of the Packers. I don't remember who they said it was. I swear I thought they said Packers. Maybe they said the Packers were going to be in the Super Bowl with them. That's what they said it was.
Okay, well, that could be. But I don't know. Where's the Super Bowl this year?
That I don't know. They said the AFC Championship would be played at the Bills Stadium.
Gotcha.
And then they said that they were going to the Super Bowl to play the Packers.
Gotcha. So I think that Michael Parsons thing has changed some people's perspective of the NFC North, and we can talk about that in a minute. Here's the thing. I think that I may be wrong about this, but I feel like it's kind of the same with the Chiefs. I feel like their windows of opportunity are closing now. The Chiefs already got a couple Super Bowls, so it's their opportunity has already been met. But I feel like the Bills, I don't know. They
keep getting to that point that they're just edging.
Yes.
And then they keep losing to the Chiefs. I mean, which they shouldn't, but
they need a dynamic wide receiver. They absolutely need that. And I don't see it on the roster right now. So that's the problem.
They need some kind of defense. I mean, any kind of defense. I mean, if they could slow down the other team, they would be.
I felt like their defense was at least top 15 last year. I mean, I don't think it was like top 10. It was probably 15, but I could be wrong. But you follow them a lot closer. You follow them a lot closer, but your heart's also in it. Like if they lose a game, 21-28, I feel like you think the defense was the reason they lost. And some
when they're leading 21-0, and then they lose 21-28 in a half of a quarter, then it's like, what the fuck? They were ranked 17th overall for total defense.
Okay,
and
so it wasn't a great. It was an average defense.
Middle of it.
It was average.
Yeah,
it was just an average defense.
It's just an average defense.
Yeah, well, the Super Bowl is at Levi Stadium again this year. Do you ever get sick of having the same 5 stadiums for the Super Bowl?
Domes, man. They're never gonna have a Super Bowl that's not in a dome anymore. They don't want to have to deal with weather.
But Levi is open, right?
What is Levi? I don't know.
That's the 49ers.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah,
that's not where they play.
They're open.
Oh. Well, they're in San Francisco, so it's kind of the same.
Yeah, Santa Clara, yeah.
There's no weather there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just wind.
But it does. It feels like they just alternate between 6-7 stadiums.
Yeah.
All over. Like, how many times can New Orleans get to Super Bowl?
Well, I guess what I mean by domes, I guess they're not going to play. They're not going to do it at Lambeau. They're not going to do it at the Bills Stadium.
Nah.
They're not going to do it in Pittsburgh. Any of those northern open air stadiums, they're not going to do it because they're not going to deal with the snow that time of year. Seattle is an open stadium, and so then they might have to deal with the rain. So, I mean, it's like you got Arizona, you got New Orleans. They're not going to do it in Carolina because Carolina's a small market team. They did do it in Atlanta. What year was that? 2 years ago? 3 years ago. So they do it in Atlanta, because that was a brand new stadium and this, really nice stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they're not doing it in Vegas when that stadium.
Yeah. It's got to be coming soon, right?
Yeah. Because they can put all the weird shit on the outside of it. that they do. But yeah, I think I mean you're right. Yeah, it just seems like they do rotate between the select few, but I think a lot of it has to do with one they want it in a more controllable place like that, and they can control the markets a little bit better. They know what they're going to get in these areas, because I feel like back in the day it was like New Orleans every other year.
Yeah,
it
still is
very frequently.
Yeah, it's like every fourth year, New Orleans.
Yep.
Yeah,
they're just like, we're going to have it in New Orleans again this year.
So,
it's probably Mercedes. Mercedes is tying in somehow to get them there.
maybe.
But then again, the cities themselves actually give a package to the NFL to get these things, and several other events, like they could have WrestleMania or something,
Yeah.
These big weekend long events that happen, and the city will actually make bids
because it brings
to get
in so
those
much
things there.
Brings in so much revenue just in general, taxes, people just buying gas.
Well, I saw a thing the other day. It's like out of 365 days, there's probably 300 days that these NFL stadiums are empty, and so
they still got to upkeep it to a degree. You think they would do something that would be more inviting, or even if they just offered tours for $10 a head.
I like the thing that you sent me about the Ravens, and I think there are other leagues I think do this.
I'm gonna look
where
into Mercedes-Benz.
They do fantasy draft packages where it's like the entire package is like $900, but if you break it down for an entire league, and you
12 people,
you get 12 people,
$80 a person,
and so you go in there and they give you like jerseys, custom made jerseys, and you get to do your draft. They give you a draft board and a suite to do your draft in. You get a tour of the stadium and all this stuff.
Tour the locker room, food, drinks.
I think more. I know the Ravens do it, and I'm pretty sure there's others. I thought I heard that Carolina did it. I don't know about Mercedes, but
it'd be cool to look
that's
into.
something that they should probably do more of, because I'm sure tons of fantasy leagues would love to get in on that.
Yeah.
You open it up for like 2 months before the season starts, and some would do drafts early just for the experience.
Well, what we should do, since we're in so many leagues, we should tell them that we're going to have one draft, but we're actually going to do 4 leagues.
Four league drafts.
We'll get everybody. It'll only be like $10 a person,
and we got 600 people in there.
And we'll just do a draft, and as the draft goes, he's like, move to the other side over here. Y'all go eat and drink. We got another draft coming up here. It's time for hanky panky. Let's go do that draft.
Get them all drafted together.
All right, well, Bus, give me what you got for your AFC. Who you got in the playoffs? What do you or whatever you want to throw out there?
Yeah, I agree. I actually have the Bills. Who did I forgot who I brought.
I'm surprised somebody's shitting on my Jets pick. Y'all just going to let me have that without any contesting?
It's not as far of a stretch. I mean, it's a wild card spot. I've seen worse teams get in. So I mean, maybe, but
Fitzpatrick was probably the last time they made the wild card, right?
Or was it the Sanchez got him there one time, right?
Mark Sanchez?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He got him to a playoff game. Did Favre get him to a playoff game in his brief time as a Jet while sending dick pics to reporters? Hold on.
Allegedly.
I'm pretty sure Favre did.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if Ryan Fitzpatrick, the GOAT.
There was one year when Ryan Fitzpatrick got him 10 or 11 wins.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
The all-around GOAT.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like 2015, I believe.
I would like to make Ryan Fitzpatrick the quarterback of just an average fantasy football team.
He needs to be.
He is. We know that Jacoby Myers is our wide receiver.
Yep.
And so I hereby nominate Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I think he's an above average quarterback. But I think as a career, it was just an average career. Like he's okay, and he's at times he's bad at times. So I think he is the official quarterback of just an average fantasy football podcast.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm on board with that.
Here.
Anytime I hear the beard, I'm game for it.
So be it. has been ruled upon.
Fitzpatrick or Josh McCown? Who you taking?
I'm taking Fitzpatrick every day.
Fitzpatrick, yeah. The beard puts him way over Josh McCown.
And he's got better wheels.
Just a more likable guy.
And absolutely.
That dude will throw 10,000 yards in a game if you let him. He's just
and he might throw 5 picks.
No,
but
that's 1,000 of his yards are to the defense. That's
all right. Go back. I'm sorry.
But yeah, one thing I don't like about analysts is they tend to pick the exact same teams every year. Like whatever happened last year, that'll happen this year. It's because they want to kind of hedge their guesses, so they don't get made fun of at the end of the year.
I went chalk on the FC, but you don't have to call me out. But
no,
I do feel cool when you call me an analyst.
I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about.
No, okay, now you're taking it away.
That was a compliment hidden in a diss.
Yeah, that was a diss hidden in a compliment with a diss on the backside.
Yeah, compliment
all
sandwich.
by compliment.
A displiment.
But yeah, I get so tired of them picking the exact same teams that made it last year. So there's nothing fun in that, man. I'm picking the Bills for the Ravens in the AFC Championship game. I'm just sick of the Chiefs. That's all there is to it. Yeah. Like, yes, they could make it there just because they're the Chiefs. They don't play well. We haven't seen them play well in the past 2 seasons. I'm guessing that's not about to change. So the Chiefs are not just going to turn it around, in my opinion. They have to lose at some point. The luck can't go that far. I mean, we saw what happened in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's going to run out at some point. I think the Bills finally get there this year.
Well, I think Kelsey's probably going to have to quit halfway through the season because he's going to get pregnant.
He's already pregnant, isn't he? I thought it was already confirmed that Kelsey was pregnant.
Why the hell was their engagement fantasy news?
Because it's everybody's fantasy to be engaged to Travis Kelce.
I turn on Sleeper and it's like big fantasy news. And Travis Kelce is engaged to Taylor Swift. I'm like, how does that affect Marlon Mack?
It does.
How does that affect Marlon?
More than us in fantasy. It affects Marlon Mack way more than us.
Wait a minute. Who was the other one we decided we were going to start replacing with Marlon Mack? I can't remember who it was.
Oh, it was this running back this year.
Well, Krosky
Merritt.
Yeah, Krosky Merritt. What is that? What's that? How does
that affect Bill?
I saw that he got dropped to 4th on the depth chart.
Yeah, I did see that.
Well, that's
there's a lot of that. There's a lot of moving around right now too with all these teams.
There's so many teams like you got to earn it. You're 19th on the depth chart until he breaks a 100-yard kick return or something. And then you're like, oh, we're playing the hot hand. Oh, you played him over 3 other hot hands because he was 4th on the depth chart. Yeah, right.
And meanwhile, they got RJ Harvey listed as the one starter for the Broncos, while J.K. Dobbins is running all over the place out there in preseason. It's like these teams. It's all over the place right now.
That's
it's crazy.
a Sean Payton thing.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Yeah, it's
Sean Payton. Well, Arthur Smith doesn't like fantasy, so he always fucks with the depth chart as much as he can. Caleb Johnson's list is like 3rd string on theirs.
Yeah,
and it's But you got the Bills and the Ravens in the AFC Championship. All right, who you got winning that going to the Super Bowl?
The Bills. We're gonna see.
So you got the Bills in the Super Bowl. Yes. You got Bills in the Super Bowl. I got Ravens in the Super Bowl. All right, well let's hit on the AFC. I'll go ahead and break down what I got. I've got the Eagles and the Lions having the 2 best records, getting the first bye. I've got the Bucks winning the South, the 49ers winning the West, and then I got the Cowboys and Packers as the wild card, and then making the AFC Championship, or NFC Championship, I should say. I have the Eagles and the Packers, and then I have the Eagles going for that repeat to the Super Bowl against the Ravens.
I will call you an analyst then, because
I went chalk again.
Yep.
But it's hard for me. I wanted to get crazy. I wanted to get weird. I just can't see how the Bucks are going to rise up to that. I'm definitely not going to call the Falcons. I know that's what you wanted to do. The 49ers were the one team that I wanted to, but those guys are plagued by injuries,
and there's so much that just doesn't look good.
Their wide receiver room, there's so much up in the air with the wide receiver room right now. I just don't know what's going on. The Cowboys, I definitely not picking them. The Packers were interesting to me now that they've got Micah Parsons. And the Lions, it's like I put it to you like this, I want it to be the Lions. That's who I want it to be. But I worry about the big turnover on the offensive coaching staff. I worry about how that system's going to turn out. And I truly don't think Goff. I think Goff is a really good quarterback. I don't think he is a Super Bowl winning quarterback
anymore.
He
did it against the Falcons for the Rams, right?
He hasn't won.
He got to the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
got beat by Brady like 30-3 or something.
Yeah,
okay. I thought the Rams were against the Falcons in the Super Bowl that year.
Was that not the Super Bowl where it was like 12-9 or something?
Was it that low? I thought
there
it
was
like,
there's one Super Bowl I thought was the Rams and the Patriots. It was like a.
It might have been. That's when Sonny Michel scored that one
It
touchdown.
was like one
the
of
only
the
touchdown
worst
in the
Super
game.
Bowls that's ever been.
Yeah.
That's
But,
right.
but either way, he did lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I just don't think Goff has that dog in him, that it thing that's going to when his back's against the wall, he's going to step up. He's going to do what he's got to do. He needs everything to be perfect. Now, if the Lions can somehow create that O-line to be perfect for him all the way to the end, then he can take them to there. But it's like the more pressure you apply to Jared Goff, the worse he becomes. He's like
100%. Yeah.
Sam Darnold's like a Temu Jared Goff, in my opinion. And so I like Goff. I would love to see Goff win a Super Bowl. I would like to see, the head coach, who I can't think of his fucking name right now, win a Super Bowl.
McVay.
No, that's the Rams.
No. I was thinking, yeah. I'm looking at the Rams.
Lions. Yeah.
Bite your kneecaps.
Yeah, Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
I was
thank
looking at I pulled up the Super Bowl. It was 13-3.
Look, I don't know the name I'm searching for, but I know the name I'm not searching for.
Well, I'm just glad that I know some coach names. I'm okay, I know all the players,
I'm
but
super proud of you for that.
yeah, it was 13-3. Yeah, and Sonny Michel scored the only touchdown in the game.
Yeah, it was absolutely a business.
So
it was the
13-3. For some reason, in my memory, I remember
it was the worst
30-3.
Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
no, it was so bad.
that's
We
ever
watched it
been.
at Terrell's.
I wanted to do it. I wanted to dive headfirst off the roof of his house.
It was.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
The commercials were terrible that season too, but they were still better than the Super Bowl. So yeah, but I had to go with the Eagles. The Eagles to me are just right now. They have the best front office. They have I'm still not 100% sold on the head coach, but they have the most complete team, offensively and defensively. That team, you can take their offense or their defense and say it can compete for the best in all football. That's how good they are, and it's just hard for me to say that they can't get back there. So
I'm in similar. I'm not sucking that much on them, but
why you got to phrase it like that, bro?
I heard the drool and the slobber twice.
That was me drinking beer, dude. Why you got to phrase it? We got to say sucking on. I mean, come on. Look.
Maybe Jalen Hurts will let you blow him.
But yes, I got NFC Championship, Eagles, Lions, and the Eagles win and go to the Super Bowl. And it's going to be Bills, Eagles, Super Bowl. So
all right. Well, don't tell me your Super Bowl winner yet. So you got Bills, Eagles, Super Bowl. I've got Ravens, Eagles, Super Bowl. Tell me about your NFC breakdown. Is it going to be a Falcons, Bills Super Bowl?
No, it's not. But they do make the NFC Championship game.
Oh, there it is.
I don't even have them win a division because I was here for the NFC South breakdown.
I don't even know what that filter was. I just hit a random one.
man, that was gold. I liked it.
But here's the thing.
I felt like I was probed.
Oh, we can work on that later.
They're going to make the playoffs via the wild card.
Hold on.
position.
If you're going to get probed later, just wear a Jalen Hurts jersey.
Oh, I got it.
Go ahead.
I feel like you want to be in on that.
I'm the one doing the probing, bro.
But yeah, I have actually 2 wild card teams making it to the NFC Championship
snap.
game.
Nice.
So you got
Like-
the Giants and the Falcons.
No, not the Giants. Same division though, because I believe the Eagles are going to win that division.
Okay.
But the Commanders
Okay.
are neck and neck with the Eagles. I mean, we saw it last year.
Yeah.
They're not that far behind the Eagles overall. And
You don't think they just caught lightning in a bottle for that season, and maybe the NFL catches up to them
I
this year?
mean, it's possible, but they still have the same pieces, and then they added some. So
That's true.
The weapons are there, and I believe Jaden Daniels is.
They got
an
rid of
elite
Brian
quarterback.
Robinson though, so that's the only
well,
thing.
that'll kill him.
He was their best back last season.
He has all the power that could be absorbed from, even after being shot.
but he was.
Didn't we just determine that Bill Merritt is a superstar?
I'm just saying he was their best running back last year. We don't know what Krosky Merritt is. Austin Eckler was coming off of an injury, so we don't know.
I believe he'll be serviceable.
Yeah, and then you got Chris Rodriguez there, and then you got all the off-season tension with Terry McLaurin about his contract and all this.
Oh,
and
he's
he
happy
didn't,
now with all that money.
Yeah, he's happy now. And then
We added Debo.
their defense was a little sus, and then they did bring in Debo. If Debo can get back to where he was, so I'm just. I don't discount what you're saying. I would like to see that as well. I love Jaden Daniels, but I also worry about a second year quarterback. Finally, it's like if you're going to be successful in the NFL, you got to be able to succeed after everybody figures you out, because you got to be able to make your own adjustments to say, all right, well, they figured me out, and so we're going to find out this year, did they figure him out? And A, and B, is he going to be able to adjust to what they have figured out about him and still be a superstar? So
Sounds like what they said about Jalen Hurts.
true. That is very true. And I'm a huge Jaden Daniels guy. You can ask him in all my freaking fantasy leagues. I got Jaden Daniels at the top. I'm just
He
throwing.
gave up way too much in a couple leagues, but he
100%.
got him.
So this isn't me trying to like be a detractor. I'm just kind of playing a devil's advocate against it, and all that. So I don't hate it. I wanted to pick the Commanders over the Cowboys as the wild card coming out of that. And in my heart, that's what I really want. And now with things are with the trade that was made in the Cowboys defense and them not having a run game, I kind of feel like there's more chinks in that armor. So I may like, I'll stick with what I got on paper, but I might in my heart switch that. So anyway, so you got the NFC Championship, you got the Commanders and the Falcons.
Yes, absolutely, because the Bucks and the Eagles are going to win their divisions, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they're going to falter at some point. At some point, the defenses have to figure out the Eagles. Like, it has to happen at some point.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, you think about 2 seasons ago, they were not playing as well as they did last season.
Right.
So
Correct.
it's like they are able to make
They
offensive
changed
adjustments.
offensive coordinators.
Yes.
Well, one is they got rid of their offensive coordinators 2 seasons ago. There's but then in that respect, Kellen Moore's now the offensive coordinator they had last season is now head coaching New Orleans. So they do have a new coordinator. I'm assuming they're going to try to run the same system. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah. Well, I just think they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to win the division, but they're going to falter at some point. And
They got to figure out how to stop the tush push or what do they call it? The brotherly shove.
How does nobody know how to stop this? I don't get it. What are we, 5 years into this?
It's Jalen Hurts, man. I used to think it was Jason Kelsey, because he was a huge part of it.
But he's been gone for 2 seasons now, right?
This will be his second season gone.
Yeah.
But Jalen Hurts was a deadlift champion. He was a weightlift champion in college. Dude's lower body is like borderline Olympic strong. So
when you tackle and Saquon Barkley back there pushing behind us.
Well, now they got AJ Dillon. They got booty cheeks.
Oh, they got booty cheeks back there now too.
Back there to help push him across the line. So.
But we've got defensive linemen that are
I
power
agree.
lifters.
But
so.
here's the thing: no one else.
It doesn't make any sense.
The thing that doesn't make any sense is that no other offense can pull it off like they do.
That's what I'm saying.
You would think that if the play itself was what was the power, then every offense will be running it with precision. But there's something that they're doing with the players they have that no one else can figure out. I don't know.
If you think about it, Tom Brady always pulled off the QB sneak every time
he
he
was
needed to.
98% career.
I don't think he's ever lifted a weight in his life.
That's true. That is true.
So it's technique. It's like arm wrestling. It's technique over power.
Oh yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. So they're doing something that nobody's realized yet that's actually making it more efficient than what it is.
Yeah.
It can't just be strength.
And they're not going to tell you because they don't want to give the secret away.
Exactly.
No. And, and they haven't. They keep everybody together because they're like, we can't let any of these guys go. They're going to tell somebody else.
Secrets. Yeah,
exactly.
They're going to know exactly what it is.
They make them all sign an NDA.
It was probably something that they got from Kirby Smart. That's why they keep drafting the Georgia players.
He came up with the perfect play.
Yeah. He's like, hey, just let all your players drive as fast fast as they want to, as drunk as they want to, and then they'll be amazing on the field on Sundays.
If your players are getting arrested, you're on Super Bowl.
Wait,
level.
Rashee Rice didn't go to Georgia, did he?
Or Addison.
Now, to be fair, the Georgia players, they're not DUI candidates.
No, that's true. It's just speeding.
They're just speeding. Every star player in college now is driving a Lamborghini for some reason.
Because of the NIL.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've got that makes you get the Bills and the Commanders in the Super Bowl. So go ahead and tell me who you got winning the Super Bowl then.
It is the Bills.
So it's time for them to
get
time.
It's about time. I do have the MVP being Jaden Daniels.
So you think he's going to, in a losing effort, Jaden Daniels is going to be the Super Bowl MVP?
Not the Super Bowl MVP.
Okay.
The MVP
NFL.
of the league. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, because they picked that before the game.
Yeah. I was trying to think in my head. I was like, how was the last time a losing player was the MVP of the Super Bowl?
It was probably Brady.
Has that not happened recently?
I don't think it's happened recently.
I feel like Brady, if he makes it to the Super Bowl, he's the MVP.
He would have to throw for like 600 yards and rush for another 100.
That sounds like something Brady would do.
Yeah, well,
he might pass for 500 yards.
Yeah, he'd be like a super back, but without the super part and the back part. He'd just be a great quarterback.
Did Brady get MVP in that game against the Rams? I believe he did, right?
Oh my God! No, I actually don't think he did. I think a defensive player got the
Aaron Donald.
Was it Aaron Donald? No, it couldn't have been. They were losing.
Oh yeah.
Well, look that up. So while you're looking that up, my Super Bowl is I have the Ravens and the Eagles, and I have the Ravens finally getting it. I'm kind of in the same mindset as you guys with the Bills, except I think it's the Ravens' time. Again, I'm a huge believer in the Todd Monken offense. I'm a huge believer in what they did last year. And the skill players they have around, and Lamar Jackson, and I think Lamar Jackson is going to be the MVP. And that defense is absolutely solid. They got some really good players, and I think this will be the year that Lamar gets his ring. So
nice. It was Julian Edelman who got the MVP.
Oh, wow.
He 10 receptions for 151 yards.
That'll do it.
No touchdowns. I think it was 151. I said that, and then I was like, maybe I'm wrong. 141 yards.
Oh, God.
Man, 10 receptions, 141 yards.
Well, look, you give me 151 yards, give me 141, nah, get the fuck out.
Yeah, get out of here. That's ridiculous.
No, 9 receptions, 141 yards. I'm good with.
Yeah.
That era between like 2010 and 2020 was just depressing. It was just all Brady all the time. Oh my God.
It was.
It got so old.
I wasn't sure where he's going. It's only depressing if you hated Brady.
Yeah, exactly. If you were a Patriots fan, that was the greatest years of your life.
Oh, God. You know what? And I'll say this. That's the reason why I'll always love Eli Manning. Because Eli Manning took that fucker out twice. Of all the quarterbacks in the world to do it is that goofy ass Eli Manning. And he did it with some of the gutsiest damn playing you'll ever see in a Super Bowl from a quarterback.
Hey, what do you got to lose?
Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah. No one expects you to win, so just do it. And the second time they were undefeated. And it's like they definitely were expected to lose. And like, nah. So no. All right. So who's your Super Bowl? You have the Bills and who was
the
it?
Eagles.
The Eagles. And I'm assuming you have the Bills win.
Yeah, I sure do.
Surprise!
Yeah, no, it's the Bills' time. I mean, they
For
went
you kids out there, that was a Gomer Powell impersonation.
That was a pile of something, but
Google Gomer Powell. It'll make sense.
It'll all make sense. And when you hear his beautiful singing voice, and it's going to blow your mind.
That's Jim Neighbors, buddy. I did Gomer Powell.
That's the same person.
Wasn't he like the first openly gay actor in Hollywood?
That I don't know.
Wait, he's gay?
I actually just learned that maybe he's gay. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
No, I mean, nothing against it, but I had no idea. Like,
I may be wrong,
nothing that
but
matters.
I thought that was a thing.
I thought Rock Hudson was the first openly gay.
I don't even know who that is.
Well, I don't think anybody was open during that era.
I think everybody was open during that era, just behind closed doors.
Just all behind closed doors. Yeah,
They were open but closed.
yeah.
I'm completely open in the closet.
But yeah, I got the Bills and Eagles, and honestly, I think it's going to be a tight game, and Bills are going to just eke it out kind of deal. It's going to be a lot of controversy, a lot of talk, blah 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 blah. But it's not going to be as bad as the Chiefs got beat this last year by the freaking Eagles. Man, that was. Anybody who knew football should have known the Eagles were going to take that Super Bowl because there's no way the Chiefs should have won. They just look like garbage. But the Bills have done a lot with their defense in the offseason now with the draft and with signing and everything. And I just think that's really what needs to happen, where Josh Allen isn't forced to do all this over-the-top shit he's had to do these last few years. It slows the game down some, gives him a little more opportunity to make an elite receiver out of Keon Coleman or out of one of these guys he's got on that, Gabe Davis. I hate that. But, there's just, I feel like things are going to click a little more today or this year over on the offense because they're going to be able to slow down a little bit and not be out there so much with their defense.
I think for y'all to get what you want to happen, I think Keon Coleman is going to have to take a major step forward.
And I think he can.
I think he will.
I think he can. He's going to take a big step up, but I don't know that it's going to be
reports that's come out that Dalton Kincaid is going to be limited in his role because they just don't believe in him the way he did. So there's another thing.
Thank God. That'll help them if they can get rid of shoving Dalton Kincaid the ball.
Dawson Knox might be a sneaky pickup late in draft.
I don't know.
Off of that,
it was just it all seemed forced with Kincaid. Like he just didn't come in. I don't know if he didn't know the playbook. I don't know if he didn't know the routes he was supposed to run. It just looked ugly to me.
It is season 3 though for that tight end.
Yeah, it could all work out. I mean,
I think maybe that's a way of taking pressure off of him.
Yeah,
as if the team says, no, we're going to pull back from him. We're going to limit him. Behind closed doors, they're going to be like, look, dude, you're a guy, but we're just trying to take the pressure because the media is still harping on him. They're like, well, and a big part of it is you don't have Diggs there. If you had somebody like Diggs there, then the focus wouldn't be as big on Kincaid. And that's because they saw what he did 2 years ago. They were expecting him to take a next step last year, especially when Khalil Shakir was your top dude, and you drafted Keon Coleman at the end of the first. And so I think that this year they're kind of maybe reeling it in a bit. And maybe trying to pull some of the pressure off of him so that he can maybe get back to a little bit of what he did his rookie season.
And it could be. Last season was just, I was very disappointed with that. Yeah.
I would like to see Josh Allen get a ring. I would hate to see a quarterback, and same thing with Lamar. I would hate to see these guys who were so just dominant at the end, then they get to the end of their careers and they don't get a ring out of it, And even if they only get one, people still talk shit. But it's like everybody talks about Aaron Rodgers, when he was in his prime, that dude was quite possibly the best passing quarterback in the NFL.
Oh, absolutely.
Might be in the history of the NFL. But everybody's like, oh, he's only got one ring. Or, it's like.
And it's hard when you don't have a defense and you got nobody to throw to. And,
Marino never get the love that he probably deserves in his era because he played in his era the way they play right now.
Yeah.
And back then, it was a whole lot harder to like you didn't get a pass interference for looking at a receiver dirty back then. Like you did today, so.
Dude, there's 3 quarterbacks that soaked up all the rings. It's Montana, Brady, and
Brady.
Oh no,
and Brady again.
No, Bradshaw got 4.
No, I'm talking about now. It's Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes.
These 3 quarterbacks just soaked up all the rings, and there are phenomenal quarterbacks out there who don't get them. Yeah. Maybe one if you're lucky.
Yeah,
Breeze got one.
Yeah, Breeze got one.
Yeah.
I think it's just so hard to get there. That's why, to me, I just
collectively,
there
you see these super talents in the quarterback position, and it's like. And I think a part of it nowadays,
these super backs, if you will,
super backs.
I think personally, I feel a part of what they deal with now is everybody's reaching for these high stacks of dollars that they can only pay so many skilled positional players to make a team up that they can't put.
That's why you have a team like the Commanders. They're in their window now. You have a star like Jaden Daniels on a rookie contract.
Yeah, your money's low, and you can go get pieces to build this, and defense and offense alike, kind of put it together.
I think the Packers went all in though, because they have two guys with $100 million contracts now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because they paid Jaden
and gave up future
Jordan Love. Yes,
they gave up future with Michael Parsons.
Yeah, so it's like
stuff. So
it's like they gave these two guys money. They're the stars on each side, and so I think the Packers could ruin all of our hopes and dreams when it
could
comes
change
to
a lot of this shit. Yeah,
what we think with these teams. So
they're another one that needs a receiver, like a somebody that can be the guy.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I was thinking about that this
true.
week. Everybody's on Matthew Golden all of a sudden, and I'm like, they've got 4 Matthew Goldens already.
Facts.
One of them plays defense right now. He was a wide receiver last year.
That's true. Who was that switched?
Shit.
We were looking at the roster, and it's not
Bo
Wicks.
Melton, I think.
Bo Melton.
Yeah,
Bo Melton. Corner.
Is he really?
Yeah, according to their depth chart, he is.
I was like, what? I was like, what is this guy doing over here? He doesn't belong over here.
We got too many wide receiver twos. Where the fuck are we gonna put him?
Well, they got rid of their corner left. They're good.
Zaire?
Yeah.
Alexander?
Was it Alexander Zaire?
Zaire Alexander.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. But he's gone now, so they're like, "Hey, Bo Melton, you ever play?" He's like, "I played a couple games in high school, coach." He's like, "Sold." All right,
I was just going through the depth chart, and I was like, "Wait a second, what is he doing here?"
Their secondary is pretty depleted.
Well, before we shut it down, I wanted to hit on a couple things that we're kind of looking for. So week 1's coming up, and the big anticipation, you're getting ready for the season, and I know that everything is going to either our season is going to be made or lost completely in week 1. Everybody's going to freak the fuck out. But on a logical side, what are some things you might be looking for in week 1 to kind of see what the trend is? You're maybe not saying I need this to happen to prove that I'm right, but I would like to see this thing happen, to kind of let me know that it's moving in the direction that I like. So if that makes sense. So do you have anything, Bus?
The first thing I think of is the Jaguars.
Okay.
That offense needs to take a step forward. And I think Travis Hunter is so good.
That's a great one. I love this.
He can cement himself as that wide receiver 1 for the team in the first game. I know a lot of people don't like to see that with, the depth chart came out. Yeah. And
you think he's going to take wide receiver 1 from Brian Thomas?
Yes, I do. And I think I said that,
you
2
did.
shows ago.
Yeah, you did.
That might have been a bold prediction, I think. But yeah.
Even still, I mean, I
believe so. I believe he can do that.
Well, he's listed as a starting wide receiver and a backup corner, so that's actually good for what that is. But I think as a whole too, you just kind of we want to see the utilization.
I think at least right up front, Brian Thomas is going to draw the double coverage.
Yeah.
So you're going to leave Travis Hunter out there, who is maybe the best college football player of the modern era.
Could be. He could be. It's been a while since we've seen. I put him in the same class potentially as the two sport players that we saw back in the day, because we haven't really seen. Yeah. In my day, I haven't seen a true both sides of the ball player in football. Deion did it a little bit, but it was minuscule. But I think that Travis Hunter is somebody, if given the opportunity, could do it a ton.
We just said Bo Melton.
Oh, that's true. My bad. I haven't seen him play the other side yet.
I know.
Which for my best ball teams, I really want to see him only play offense.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean,
but anywhere you got him as a defensive player, you want to see him kind of play both sides of it. You can put him in that spot,
And any IDP leagues you got him, and all the IDP guys who have Travis Hunter going, shut up!
Yeah,
I want him to play 40% snaps on defense, bro.
I need him to play both sides and score all the points.
Man, I didn't even think about that. If he has dual eligibility, you could actually plug a wide receiver into your
defensive back slot.
And Sleeper, he has dual eligibility.
They have him listed as DB and wide receiver.
So you can play him in your IDP league.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's wild, right?
That's
a huge advantage.
They're like, play him all in all. But I think if he needs to play a little defense, or Sleeper's going to change.
Or he's going to take it away from him.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be out there some of the time, or they're going to take it away from him. Yeah.
All right. Well, I love that too, and I think the other side of what Jacksonville is going to be interesting is what is you know, the new head coach Duval, what's his name, coming over from Tampa, the offensive coordinator. But is he going to bring that offense that Tampa had last year, and is he going to level up Trevor Lawrence? And we're going to finally see from Trevor Lawrence that generational type play that we want.
It's Liam Cohen, by the way.
Liam, thank you.
Yeah.
Liam Cohen, and he going to? It's almost Cowan. It's almost the same. It's an H and a W. You know?
Larry, Liam, Cowan, Cohen. Yeah,
wait
man.
a minute. Are you coaching the Jaguars?
Say Duval.
No, definitely not. no. Yeah, it's definitely not my alter ego with the same initials.
But yeah, I'm interested in that. And then how involved is Tank Bigsby going to be? That's going to be interesting to me too in that offense, because I think he's the better runner in that offense. I think Trevor Etienne is a great pass catching back, but I do think Bigsby is a more efficient running back. And he could potentially take the early down work away, and he could become the
goal line back at least.
In that early down back as well.
Yeah. I'm expecting ETN to get like 60% and 40% to Bigsby.
Yeah.
So I think it could be the flip. I think it'd be 60-40 the other way. So
they're going to go that much?
I think it could be. It just depends on how inefficient that Etienne is. But also, again, Etienne could he could level up too. I do know that Liam Cohen, even though Rachaad White was not very efficient last year, he still kept feeding him the ball in that Tampa offense. So Trevor Etienne could just be this year's Rachaad White.
Could be.
All right. What are you looking for week one, Matt? Is there anything specific?
I'm waiting for some solidity in the backfield of like 8 teams. Some like who's going to be the guy at Dallas? Like we read all this. Like who's going to be that guy?
Yeah, is it going to? Miles Sanders is currently dealing with something. Is it going to be Javonte Williams?
That's what I'm saying.
Is Javonte Williams going to be?
Even looking at the Broncos, like you want it to be R.J. Harvey. He's listed as R.J. Harvey, but we know what J.K. Dobbins can do. So there's so much like not inconsistency, like uncertainty with who's going to be
even
the bulk guy.
You look at the Giants,
with Tracy and Scatterbo,
and they're all saying it's Tracy's backfield, and I think early on it is going to be his backfield, but. Are we going to see anything from Scatterbo?
That's what.
And then when we do, is he going to show us anything to kind of let us say, "Hey, this dude could take that fucking"?
I think he works in slowly,
and that's what worries me is like you take these guys with some kind of confidence in who they're going to be and what they're going to do, but then week one they start playing these other guys who show out and show up, and all of a sudden now you realize you wasted draft picks grabbing these guys, and there's a lot. There's at least 6 teams, if not 8, that are very, very questionable on who is
the dude in the
backfield. Even a guy. You can
even talk about Seattle with Kenneth Walker.
And Charbonnet.
We know that Kenneth Walker is very good running back, but we know that Charbonnet was also very good last year. And, is Charbonnet – seems to be more durable. Yeah. And so how much are they going to work him into that backfield? Even with Kenneth Walker, quote, being healthy because he was dealing with a little bit. So
I just want to get through this week and see exactly, get a little more comfort in who I personally, whatever happens, but who I personally feel is going to be. You can even talk
about Pittsburgh in their backfield
with Jaylen Warren and Caleb Johnson and stuff. There's so many questions and so many like I feel confident that Jaylen Warren's going to be the guy. But if I see Caleb Williams get 3 or 4 touches that he does immaculate with
the Patriots too. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm just
with Ramon. That's what I'm saying. Like there's so many question marks that like you draft these guys in comfort, but then it can easily shift up. And I think that this
Chargers.
Week,
you're right. There's at least 8 or 9. Maybe
Washington.
More. Shit.
Washington. I mean, we don't know with Eckler.
Shit, how is the Browns going to play out?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody has a clue.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm not going to be able to sleep for 3 days.
Houston still like we know Nick Chubb, but what does he really have left? And is it going to be a Dameon Pierce? Or is Mixon out?
Woody Mark's
going to step up. There's so much, and I'm hoping that this week we actually see who they trust, and we get at least a view of the opposite side of it, like who it is, so we can make our own judgment on.
Maybe some people come solidified.
Yeah, this guy's going to be the guy.
Start moving forward. Yeah. I feel pretty
Javonte
certain
is going to take all the work, or fucking Woody Marks is going to take all the work, or whatever. Like I
looking for.
I want some questions answered because there's way too much inconsistency.
We're looking for a little bit of direction.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
and I think mine's kind of similar in that same vein, but I don't think there's as many teams. But there's some quarterbacks that I want to. I'm very very interested in. I'm very interested in Michael Penix. I will say that in my feeling is I think he's going to be kind of a game manager, but I think I don't like with the tools around him, the talent around him, and I think he has big arm ability that there is potential for what the Falcons could be. As much as I hate to say it, as an offensive team, their defense is doo-doo Browntown, but their offense could be something pretty special if Penix, if he can meet the realization of his arm talent and what we saw with big game plays in college. And then you look at JJ McCarthy with Minnesota. We know that system is very quarterback friendly. It's been proven. He definitely also has talent. So what is JJ McCarthy going to be in Minnesota in
with tons of talent around him as well?
Tons of talent, yeah. And how what's going to happen there?
Shit, the Vikings backfield, Aaron Jones and Jordan.
That's another backfield. Yes, same saying. And then you look at the Titans. Is Cam Ward going to come out there and he's going to level up that offense? We know.
He doesn't necessarily have the weapons, or he's lacking a lot there on offense, in my opinion. If he comes out and does something this year, it's going to be truly remarkable, in my opinion.
I just need him to do better than Levis, and
that's
what kind of. I'm not. I think there's two sides of the coins when you're dealing with these quarterbacks. It's like, yes, am I looking to look at them as a fantasy asset? Maybe not, but am I looking to see who they can support for me as a fantasy asset?
Yeah.
And can Cam Ward hyper target Calvin Ridley, and can he get dump offs to Tony Pollard? Because we know Tony Pollard is going to be the dude back there at the beginning of the season since Spears is out. And what kind of value can I get from these guys that I've been taking late in drafts?
Yep.
And can they propel me in those first few weeks? So I think for me, it's some of these quarterback questions, and also is like. Even if Cam Ward or McCarthy or Penix don't go out and ball out and throw for 400 yards the first game, what is the trend?
Yeah.
Who are they targeting the most? How do they look? Are they using their legs more than I thought they were going to use their legs? Are they dumping the ball off? Does it seem like they're grasping the offense? Is that O-line protecting them enough? There's certain things where it's going to help me be a better predictor of future success for them moving down, so...
I will say this: I haven't seen him play enough to really get behind him on a football athletic level personally in the NFL. Michael Penix,
Bryce Young, also part of that group.
That's true. But I will say, as far as from interviews and from stuff I've seen, out there, I don't feel he has the confidence. He feels really.
You talking about Penix?
Yeah, Michael Penix.
Definitely not talking about Cam Ward.
Well, that's what. Well, no, Cam Ward. But you see these quarterbacks who come out and own the game and own their team and own the offense and do this. And Penix seems soft to me.
Bryce seems soft to me too. But Bryce came on last year, so
that's what I'm saying. It may be a progressive thing. I don't expect to see a lot out of Penix this year. I hate to say that, but I'm not saying that he doesn't have it. But from interviews and from what I've seen and everything, it just feels like he is
you wanted a more dominant presence. I think
he should be more confident in his. He should be more projective in his interviews and in his other. And he just seems. I don't know. I can't think of a better word, and I don't mean it to sound bad or anything. He sounds soft.
You see him play in college?
Well, I'm not saying him. No, I didn't see him play in college. I don't watch a lot of them in college because college is
over
here.
Games, yeah.
And NFL's a little. It's like a different animal sometimes when they get into it. So it's hard for me to.
But that's the only predictor
but as far as I get that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. As far as play, but if you go back and research these quarterbacks who do their interviews when they come from the college to the NFL, and you see. Joe Burrow, perfect example. Baker Mayfield, these people that have the guster. Now, Baker came out his rookie year and had a really good year, and then he kind of floundered. I don't see the swag. I don't see the ownership. I don't see the I'm the dude. This is my team. I'm going to run this. Penix just seems a little laid, soft. I think
the only I'll throw two counter punches.
He should benefit from.
One is Brock Purdy's never been that dude, but when he steps on the field, he's that dude.
Yeah,
you watch interviews with Brock Purdy, he's golly shucks. Yeah, we're just going to go out there and, he does not project anything in any of his interviews that lets you go, that guy right there.
That guy's the guy.
He's got that team of the balls. But when he steps out there, he slings it down the seam on a freaking dime. And then Bryce Young, Absolutely not. The Bryce Young, when you see him in interviews, he's like a little kitty cat.
Yeah.
You know,
until last year when he started doing good, he started getting cocky and he started going,
well, he
this
was
is my
cocky
team.
on the field when he was
away,
like, but in the
you
interviews still to this day, if you watch Bryce Young in a press conference, you're just like, that dude needs to be working at a Starbucks, man. He needs to be selling AT&T phones.
Yeah,
he does not need to be on the NFL field. You know?
And I
look
get
at
that.
Bo Nix. Bo Nix, he's not the cocky guy in
Yeah.
interviews.
I don't know.
I haven't seen any Bo Nix interviews, and I will admit I haven't seen any Michael Penix interviews, so I can't really speak to that side of it and judge what I saw from him in those. I'm just saying that I get what you're saying. When I see a quarterback, I want to see that dog in him. And then the last point I'll make in this, and then I'll let you speak because that's your dude. Will Levis has all the confidence in the fucking world.
Oh,
and
yeah,
dude is an ass.
Yeah. No.
full
And I'm not
quarterback, so.
saying that it's only cocky quarterbacks. I was just saying, like, I just don't feel
Right.
like he's going to go out there and just own the field. I just don't.
I think Raheem Morris plays into that. Because if the coach allows you to do that,
And
is one thing.
holds him back, or not holds him back, but kind of tells him to temper it back. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm just speaking from what I've seen. I know you watch any interview from rookie draft, even in college, up to now with Joe Burrow. That dude tells you exactly like he owns it.
The big
Baker
dick.
Mayfield's
Yeah.
got it. Freaking Aaron Rodgers, even as a young buck before, he had it on all the time.
Yeah.
He taught Lamar Jackson. You can see the security, the honesty. Josh Allen he smiles about it, but you can still see the this is
He's
he cuts up a lot.
Yeah, but Josh Allen's always been the good, wholesome,
He's a softy,
clean cut Midwestern boy. You know?
But he's still you can see the confidence in him every time he talks. If that makes sense, it's
I
not
think because I
like,
think what I see with Josh Allen interviews, he's never. You're right.
He's very humble.
He's never bashful.
Yeah,
Or anything.
he's very humble,
He's always
but he's
joking,
not.
but he's always owning the conversation with a joke or a funny quip.
you can
or something
feel
like that.
some sort of I don't know the confidence is there. And I just
I'd
don't
have to
see
watch
it,
some
Penix,
stuff
but-
from Penix to get a feel of what you're talking about. But I will say when I saw Bryce, that was my biggest problem with Bryce Young, even pre-draft.
Yeah.
He was just, Bryce just never walked into a room and everybody and like owned the room. You know what I'm saying? And so that was always my biggest thing is like sometimes I want to, when I see a quarterback walk in the room, like you can say what you want about Cam Newton. Cam Newton, he walks in the room, everybody's paying attention.
Well, that's
Whether
because
it's
of what he wears.
Exactly. But
Because he's got the same wardrobe as Tyler
but
Perry.
on the field, Cam, Cam would fight defensive
Oh, yeah,
players.
no,
he's
he
fiery.
definitely owned it up. Yeah, he definitely
and,
stood
and
his
stuff
ground.
like that. And there's sometimes like some can go too far with it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
but I don't see any of that. I didn't see any of that with Bryce until last year when he threw that and he turned around.
He started.
Yeah, and
he
put the
started
fingers
showing
up.
a little bit more.
He saw a little bit
comfort,
confidence, and,
cockiness,
stuff like that too.
And that's what I'm saying. It's still really early with Penix. I'm not trying to say this is the downfall and it's never going to happen. He may come out after week one stomping ass and go, "This is my team. I own this team. You saw tonight. KP
dude,
got 12 targets.
I was starting to shit my pants if the first thing after he throws 300 something yards, he goes, "Fuck you, Matt Baker."
Yeah, he listens to our podcast.
We'll know we made it then. So,
God, I hope that's true. Oh, please let that be
talk
true.
to me about Penix. How you feel? Because I know you obviously that you got him in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, you got him going.
So
Yeah.
you think dude is that dude?
Yeah, I mean, he has the potential to be. It's all about the mental. Yeah, that does play a factor. I never really thought about, well, is he cocky enough to hold that position?
As the kids say, he's got to have that dog in him. Do you
Yeah.
think he's got that dog in him?
Oh yeah, I mean, he does on the field.
Yeah.
I don't know about his interviews. I mean, he's never just seemed timid in interviews from what I've seen, but he has a level of confidence. I mean, he's not the most. I mean, he's not taking over the room as you were talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not walking in there like I'm the king of this bitch.
He's not Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Slaps his balls on the table or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute. What rooms are you walking in?
But there have
Apparently,
been,
ball table rooms.
there have been quarterbacks that have done that and been successful, and there's been ones that failed.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jeff
yeah,
George.
Manziel
Jeff George.
was-
Nobody loved Jeff George more than Jeff George loved Jeff George, and that dude was ass.
I say Johnny Manziel's another one that was
Yeah,
really cocky.
exactly.
And I mean, I'm not
Thought he
saying
was
like
the king of the world and never won a game.
Will
yeah,
Levis.
it just Will Levis is another, and I'm not saying that they have to have that, but like I feel like there should be a certain like competence that they should at least that we should see.
You look at Phillip Rivers. You would have never claimed he was overly confident in anything.
I don't know about that. Phillip Rivers never held back, bro.
Yeah, he
said some cuss.
He said some shit though.
On the field.
Oh yeah,
on the field he would get at somebody.
In interviews though, he was pretty. I followed Phillip Rivers all the way. This is one of the few players that I followed through college because I was in North Carolina. He was in NC State. Mm-hmm. That dude never he didn't ever shy away from saying some. I mean, but he was not.
He was clean.
Gosh,
he still portrayed.
But he was always very direct.
He still had like I get what you're saying. Confidence, I don't know.
He doesn't feel as direct, I guess.
Yeah, he wouldn't say anything that would make the Sunday school teacher mad.
No, exactly. Well, that's because all his kids were watching. So,
but I'm with Bus in the sense of I didn't watch him in college, but I watched his college highlights
and all.
And I'm going to tell you that I want a quarterback who, when the chips are down and the shit hits the fan, that somebody has to carry. If I can get a quarterback that is that guy, then I can take that. Then I know that team can be successful.
And just right.
And he is somebody in college who was that guy that he could, and that was one thing about Penix where I didn't really know a ton about him, but when I saw that side of him, I saw his ability to take control of a game and elevate everyone around him to a winning platform. I was able to sit back and go, okay, well, maybe this guy's got something in him that he's able to do that,
Listen, what turned me on to Michael Penix, because that was the quarterback that I liked out of that draft, and I was so happy that the Falcons got him, and you say what you will about the Kirk Cousins thing, but the two games, Washington versus Oregon, it was Michael Penix versus Bo Nix.
Yeah.
And Michael Penix, I picked Oregon to win both of those games. I picked Bo Nix to win both of those games. Michael Penix took those games over and threw it all over the yard. It was like NBA Jam. He was on fire, He just
he had some great receivers too, though. But he had to get it to him.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the big thing.
Which the weapons are a thing now, but you have Bijan Robinson to lean on.
Yeah. And you got Drake London.
Drake London. I mean, I would feel better if there was a little more wide receiver depth.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
don't know.
But at least Mooney's supposed to be back. So
yeah, hopefully Mooney's back, and that's a little better.
And hopefully Kyle Pitts steps up too.
Yeah.
He's been kind of my I've never wanted to draft Kyle Pitts since his first season, but this is a year where I'm like, maybe Kyle Pitts, but just because he's finally in that range where I think he's a value because he has tons of upside.
Yeah.
And so if he could ever get to that upside, he would absolutely dominate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a freak. He's as long as he breaks out at some point, we know the guy has the athletic ability to do it.
Well, there it is. I'm looking for quarterbacks. Baker's looking for running backs. And I'm sorry, Bus. I just blanked. What were you looking for?
Well, see, I thought we were talking about specifics whenever you brought up that topic. So I actually brought up the Jaguars offense.
The Jaguars. It was supposed to be specifics, but then I was going to go. Mine was Penix was my specific, but then when he brought up like the running back rooms, I was like, you know what? There are a ton of quarterback rooms out there. So, but
mine was very specific. All the running backs in the league. I need to know who's who.
One more thing that I want to look for this week.
Go ahead.
There is a game that you could probably load into your DFS lineups, and that is the Dolphins and the Colts. This is a game that could break the bank or it could fall flat on his face.
Yeah.
That is a game that I think could be a shootout in the end. Or it could be one of those stinkers, 19 to 14.
It just depends on if the borderline superback Daniel Jones.
We don't know enough about these teams. We don't know if the Dolphins are going to fall apart. But if everything works right for both of those teams, especially with the depleted backfields, there could be a ton of passing in this game, and there could be a ton of running.
I think there is going to be a ton of passing in that game.
We have superstar running backs on both sides. This could be a DFS breaker right there.
Well, since you brought that up, I'll throw a specific one. I want to know what the fuck Tyreek Hill's got left.
Yeah, that's
and I want week one to show me if he's going to go out there and be anything or if he's fucking toast. Because it
wouldn't surprise me if he was.
I have invested.
What, 13, 14 babies now?
Well, you know
Why
what?
not
That
have
should
a bread
motivate
baby?
him to keep playing good because you got to support all them damn babies.
That's true.
Well, we know he still has the straight line speed. I mean, he hasn't lost that. He's still out there winning sprints on the side.
Yeah.
Teaching people how to run and be. I mean, he's got his whole class he does with wide receivers.
But can he make cuts? Can he still run the routes? Can he do the things?
And where's Waddle? Now they don't have Jonnu. Maybe Waddle steps up this season.
True,
too,
I think he does.
And then you got Malik Washington, who showed a little bit too. So I guess the
Dolphins offense.
I'm of the opinion that the Dolphins are going to fall apart this year, and McDaniel's going to get fired. But they could. They're a team that could go either way.
Yeah.
So. Well, there it is. There's a few things we're looking for. We're going to get back with you on Thursday. And then we're going to talk about the week that comes. Real quick, I guess we should have broke it down. Before we do shut it down, let's talk about. We ain't got to break it down like
Eagles Cowboys.
Yeah, Eagles Cowboys
win. Game over.
I think the Eagles going to dominate. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be great. Play all your Eagles players.
I said it earlier. Saquon could have 200 yards and be sitting by the third quarter.
You're obviously going to play your Cowboys players, but the running backs I'd be pretty scared about in that game. If you can play anybody else but Javonte Williams, I would do it. But the wide receivers, George Pickens, obviously CeeDee Lamb, you're not benching them, and Dak.
This could surprisingly end up being a shootout, though.
It could. I just don't know if the Eagles defense is going to allow it, but you know how them division games go.
Yeah, absolutely. But Dak has the weapons out there. I mean,
he does. He does. If Pickens and CeeDee Lamb can make them corners, fuck around, then maybe they can make them find out. They need that O line to hold up for Dak, though.
Yeah. I want to see the running back situation, how this plays out. Also,
I'm super.
I do want to see the Dallas backfield. I want to see if Jaden Blue is going to take the job. I want to see if Javonte Williams still has anything left in his fucking tank.
He hasn't had anything in the NFL yet, really. So, I mean, he needs to have all the tank now.
I think
he showed that a little bit. The reason you invested in him is because he showed a little.
I know, but I haven't seen anything since I invested in him. I'm so mad. I got him everywhere, and it doesn't even matter.
He went so hard for him, dude. Yeah. He got him from you.
Yeah, I got him from you. And I got him for you, what I thought was a song.
I won a championship off of that.
And I thought it was a song. I was like, I'm getting this guy for nothing. And then he did nothing. So you got all the everything, and I didn't get anything. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Devontae Adams was wrapped up in that.
Yeah.
I think so.
And now you wish you had him back.
Yeah, because he's elite.
No, Javonte Williams is going to do it right now. This is going to be the year that makes all my trades worthwhile.
Well, if anything we say or do helps you get to that average place in your leagues, that means we did our job. Because if you finish average, Matt,
you don't finish last.
That's 100% right. Hope you guys are good out there. Get your lineup set. Remember, don't play your flex. Don't play your Thursday night or your Friday night players in your flex.
Yes.
Move them to your starting lineup and move the Sunday and Monday players to your flex. And we'll talk to you on Thursday.
Later.
Deuces.
Holla.